So what
at least for
about
me.
like current events? Do you stay up with the latest gossip, the latest stuff on TMZ, like the Taylor Swift Travis Kelsey relationship? Like, do you care about that stuff?
Well, I think that goes back to what you stated earlier, and like, who gives a fuck? Like, I don't care. Like, I don't. I mean, she's a big star. Am I a fan? I mean, I like a couple of songs, but I mean, and he's a great football player, a surefire Hall of Famer, but I don't care. I
Yeah.
don't see the,
But I
the
think what's
buzz.
funny is the whole what happened with all these people, her fans, starting to watch football all of a sudden
Right,
because of it. I think that's a
right,
funny phenomenon, and the fact that the focus has kind of gone away from the game, which is
right.
actually pretty funny.
Oh, it's hilarious, and it's just, yeah, I saw that, and I guess there's TikTok videos or whatever where Swifties, as they're called, her fans are explaining football to other
Yeah.
Swifties.
Yeah.
I think that's, I mean, I think that's marginally funny, but I just don't care. I don't, and I think it distracts from the game sometimes because when you're watching the Chiefs play, they keep shooting the camera
Right.
to her and like,
Right.
okay, he bagged a pop star. I mean, that's been done ever since there were athletes and celebrities. So who cares?
I mean, do you still like to follow like celebrity news? And or did you ever, growing up, was that a big deal to you?
Uh, Not growing up. I mean, as I've gotten older, it's somewhat piqued my interest, but I don't follow it that closely. I mean, I don't watch. There was a time I would watch TMZ a lot, and but then I started
And
thinking
read
about
People magazine?
but then I started, what really changed that for me is when I started uh, understanding that celebrities are just people too, and
They're just like us.
just like us. Stop putting them on a pedestal. It's I don't know the exact setting, but it's you never want to meet your idols. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Because
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because they might disappoint you, or they might be
100%.
smaller than you think, or,
Yeah,
like not look as good in person.
yeah, and it's just like once I started understanding that, it's like, yeah, I mean, they made a great life decision, or they made it have a talent, or somebody put them on or over or whatever, and they've gotten to this platform and level where they're a celebrity, and kudos to them. But they still got the same quirks and hangups and anxieties and everything else, freakiness like any other person would have. And I just don't put them on a pedestal like that.
Yeah, I think that's true. Well, I watched the Beckham documentary that just came out on Netflix, and
Hmm.
it's really good. I mean, so they're both he and Posh Spice, they're in their late 40s, so kind of hitting that middle
Wow.
age.
Right.
So it's interesting to kind of see there. I didn't really know the background of his career or their relationship. So it was really eye opening. And it was good because it did show that they're just people too and kind of the things that they went through. And they're very down to earth, surprisingly.
Really?
So, I mean, it's a movie,
As
right?
much
Or
as
it's a
they could be
documentary.
with, yeah,
Right. So I
they
think they
probably
probably tried to
produced it or whatever.
they try to spin it a certain
Right.
way, for
Right.
sure. But I thought it was interesting because when I saw pictures of him, I thought he was this really kind of cocky guy, and he's very
Hmm.
confident in his abilities, but he's really mild mannered too. So
Wow.
I recommend it.
Yeah. I'm.
Are you not a documentary guy?
Uh, let's save that for another episode. Actually do want to talk to you about that. And what documentaries are we looking for? Are we, what piques our interest? Is the difference between what a man would look for in a documentary and what a
Right,
woman.
right.
I have certain theories about that, but
Well,
yeah.
how about this? So for me, that documentary was very inspiring and kind of timely because
Hmm.
it just kind of talked about how in some ways he slowed down, but in other ways he kept pushing with his career. And
Right.
I kind of feel like that too. Like, at what point do you slow down? Do you keep pushing yourself? And so it's interesting to see somebody else's journey to compare.
Yeah. I mean, I just think that comes, over time with maturity, having kids.
Yeah.
Probably for them, they probably got more money than they know what to do with. So, and I also think that who they are, and they were so famous so young,
Yeah.
they just kind of ran out of steam.
Yep.
And well, that kind of reminds me. I want to circle back to this Travis Kelce Taylor Swift situation. So I was thinking, like, this whole ordeal. I mean, not ordeal, but them dating, and I just don't get it because I look at a guy like Travis Kelce, probably the coolest white dude that's ever walked the planet. Okay, I'll be honest with you. Like, everybody loves him. Across the board. And Taylor Swift, I get it. I get it. Hopefully he has pure intentions toward her. But like, he's still kind of a young man. Like, bro.
Well, he's the same age as her, I think. So
Yeah, I
you're
think
saying that
it.
he's wasting time by, getting serious with her, or
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at it like, man, if I was Travis Kelce, like if I could just put myself in his body in his situation right now,
yeah, but
first thing I
who
would do is I would
else?
I would
Who
quit playing
else?
football. I would
Yeah,
quit playing football. And but
true,
I
because of the danger.
danger, yeah. But like maybe it's just the weird freak in me, but I would be like in all the celebrities' DMs saying like, "What's up? What you doing?" Blah blah blah. I don't think I would like settle down with Taylor Swift, but I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but
This
she's
is
like
me.
the biggest pop star. I mean, she's as
Yeah,
big
but
as any of the biggest ones back in our day, like probably
yeah,
bigger. As big as
I
Madonna. She's like a
sure.
Michael Jackson,
Yeah,
right?
sure. I get it. I get it. Seriously though, how long do you think this relationship is going to last?
Uh,
You think
it's
you think it's going to be a real relationship that they're going to
I don't know.
go
I don't know much about his past relationships, but
right?
she seemed to have a lot of different boyfriends. So maybe she's ready to find, somebody to be more serious with.
I
Maybe they come from
guess.
such different circles that it works. You never know, right?
I guess. Yeah. I was watching a reel today, and it was hilarious. It was talking about her and her previous boyfriends,
Mm-hmm.
and they were all like artists,
Mm-hmm. Like musicians and
musicians,
yeah,
and now she's with
she's trying
this
something new.
6'5" football player who's like in the like who's like culturally different. You know what I mean? He's got some swag to him.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. And she says, she said, I don't know if Taylor knows what she's really getting into. These ain't little Josh Groban's and those little. She messing with a big dog now. She's like, I hope she can handle it. And I was like, yeah, that's yeah. He it's a different world for her now. So I hope he doesn't dog her out. Hope he treats her
Yeah,
well. But
I know. But then she can write a song about it.
yeah, well, she definitely write a song. But I definitely see this coming to a crash
Well,
and
it's
burn.
interesting your perspective because I think most other people would see it the opposite. Like she's
Really?
much more famous than him. And so she's kind of, I don't know, not slumming it, but but she's much more wealthy. She's much wealthier. She's,
Sure,
much
sure,
more well known. So
sure.
it's interesting your perspective.
Yeah, I mean, she's not. This ain't a country club, dude. This is a dude who's been in the real clubs. Who's getting turned up. It's like listen to the future. He's not what she's been used to dating. So it's like
Yeah, but
it's interesting.
sometimes women like that.
Yeah, I mean, you got to step out of your like we
Your
say
comfort
often. You got to
zone.
step out of your comfort zone for sure.